What's up guys, it's your boy, Barca Boy 103. Today we're going to be reacting to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Firstly, on Bernardo Silva. Of course, he is the backup plan for Frenkie de Jong in case he is sold this summer. He will most likely not join if Frenkie de Jong stays, which of course is obvious. But in the last meeting with the Portuguese super agent and Joan Laporta, they hashed out a plan to sign Bernardo Silva. In the end, Frenkie de Jong is sold this summer. The plan will work, the plan is viable, and the plan is ready to be activated if Frenkie de Jong leaves the club this summer. Now, alongside with the midfield and the priority for Barcelona this summer is to reinforce the defense, with the priority at the moment being Cesar Azpilicueta. I have no idea why, like I've been saying now for the past few months, but Xavi is desperate, and I mean desperate, for his signing. Now, Chelsea have set the price at the moment for Azpilicueta, but it could change for Chelsea with their signings. They know Azpilicueta wants to leave and Barcelona want him. They're open to selling him as well. They've set a price pretty high at the moment, but it could be lowered later on in the window once Chelsea sign more defenders. Now, with players coming in, players will have to leave the club this summer. We have an up-down Laporta, Titi Mingueta, Neto Pianch, the Deadwood, also Memphis Depay as well. But of course, big update on Frenkie de Jong. All the signals, again, over the past 24 hours are showing that Frenkie de Jong will stay. But there will be an important meeting in the next few days between Ali Dursun, his agent, Frenkie de Jong, and the Barcelona board. In that meeting, a decision will be made: stay and reduce your salary, or leave the club and join Manchester United. But two players who Barcelona have signed over the past 24 hours, and their announcement is imminent. It could be announced even before I upload this video. I have no idea. It's the renewal of Ousmane Dembele and the signing of Raphinha. Both are on track. Dembele, of course, more closer because he's a renewal free agent. Raphinha, fee agreed with Leeds United. All the top sources are saying so. And Dembele renewal is imminent as well. And it looks like that both players will be wearing the Blaugrana shirt next season. But before we get into it, make sure you guys smash that like button down below. Let's try to get the 300 likes in this video. Be very much appreciated. Also, if you're new, make sure you subscribe down below if you haven't already. And let's get into it. Let's start off with the transfer news over the past 24 hours. The first player that we have been linked with is actually Bernardo Silva, and how Joan Laporta and his agent Jorge Mendes had developed a plan in case they want to go for him if, of course, we do sell Frenkie de Jong this summer. This is coming in from Gabriel Sanz of Deportivo, and he's come out saying that in the last meeting, Laporta and Jorge Mendes studied how to approach the signing of Bernardo Silva if Frenkie de Jong is sold. They have agreed on a plan as well. Mendes is determined to take Bernardo Silva to Barcelona in the event that Frenkie de Jong is sold and that opportunity comes around this summer. Man City want close to around 100 million euros for Bernardo Silva, which Barcelona do not want to pay, of course. Barcelona want to pay less than 100 million euros in 2 or 3 seasons, i.e. installments, and they will satisfy Silva with a suitable salary. He's hoping to join Barcelona as well, as we all know. In any case, no steps to sign Bernardo Silva will be taken unless Frenkie de Jong is sold and Barcelona activate, of course, the second economic lever. And Jorge Mendes won't even meet with Man City until Frenkie de Jong's situation is 100% clarified. If Frenkie de Jong agrees to leave from Manchester United or Chelsea, Barcelona will definitely go for Bernardo Silva. The recent Laporta and Mendes meeting on July the 4th served the purpose of drawing up a financial plan to sign the Portuguese. Again, like I told you guys over the past few days, I want to see Frenkie or Bernardo in the midfield, and I believe the club now have that point of view as well. If Frenkie stays, great, save money and still have a quality midfielder. If he goes, does not want to cut salary, adios, sell him to Man United and go full steam ahead for Bernardo Silva. Apparently, Barcelona want to pay 80 million euros for him, paid in 2 or 3 installments, so maybe 40 this summer, 40 next summer, so on and so forth. And of course, personal terms will be no problem with Bernardo Silva. He'll earn around, I think it's 180,000 euros per week compared to, of course, Frenkie de Jong's 400,000 euros per week. Absolutely, fantastic upgrade. And of course, we can all agree that he fits the system more than Frenkie de Jong at the current moment. Hoping that season if Frenkie de Jong stays, that changes. So wait and see on Bernardo, but again, no talks with Man City or himself until Frenkie de Jong's situation is 100% clarified. In my opinion, that's the best part of this article and this report. Jorge Mendes, Laporta will not start anything until Frenkie de Jong's situation is 100% clarified, but of course, Bernardo Silva is there in the background to replace him if he does leave. Now, along with Bernardo Silva, who is a priority for Barcelona if Frenkie de Jong leaves, another priority for Barcelona this summer is, of course, the signing of Cesar Azpilicueta. And over the past few days, there have been a lot of of movements for his transfer to Barcelona this summer. First, coming in from Fabrizio Romano, he's come out saying that Barcelona have informed Cesar Azpilicueta about their plan to sign him, but Chelsea are still looking for a fee. Negotiations are needed to reach a total agreement. There's nothing concrete at the moment with Chelsea and Sergio Dest. Thank God for that. But again, now Barcelona and Chelsea have begun talks over the transfer of Azpilicueta this summer. Now, Goal have come out saying that Chelsea want around 8 million euros for Azpilicueta. Barcelona and Xavi, who we all know obviously, considers him a priority to reinforce the defense, but feel like Chelsea's asking price is a bit too much. Barcelona will keep insisting on his signing in the coming days, and also reports coming in from the Chelsea media in the UK are also saying that Chelsea are demanding around 8 million euros to sell Azpilicueta, but there is a belief that further negotiations will see the asking price get lowered, and Matteo Morita from Renewal came out confirming this as well. He said that once Chelsea sign a defender, a center back, wing back, right wing back, they will be more open to negotiating the sale of Azpilicueta. At the moment, they are asking for around 9 to 10 million euros, which is much more than what the market value is for him. In time, the price will come down. Now again, Jose Alvarez from El Chiquito TV, not too reliable source, but he has been very smart and very on point over the past year or so. He came out saying that Azpilicueta, his price at the moment is around 3 million euros, and Barcelona and Chelsea have agreed upon that. Now Chelsea won 8. I can do maybe 5 plus 3, 5 million variable, as a fixed fee, plus 3 million euros in variables. But 8 as a fixed fee or upfront, I'm not a big fan of. I think getting both Azpilicueta and Alonso for around 10 million euros should be the priority for Barcelona. So if you get Azpilicueta for 8, there's no way you're getting Alonso for 2. I think 5 and 5 split or 3 and 7 split, in my opinion, would be absolutely perfect. So wait and see on Azpilicueta. Right now his price is too high for Barcelona, but once Chelsea sign defenders, they will be open to more negotiation. Let's now discuss the players who have been rumored to leave Barcelona over the past 24 hours. First up, of course, the player who will generate the most revenue for Barcelona in a sale this summer if he is sold, Frenkie de Jong. Again, over the past 24 hours, we are hearing that Frenkie de Jong is closer to staying than leaving the club. Joan Ramiro came out saying that Frenkie de Jong has arrived back to Barcelona to start training today, and he also arrived at the club's facility in a taxi to pick up his Cooper car to return to training from today. That is very significant. So Frenkie de Jong back to normal. He should be in training in today as well, alongside Memphis, Varane, Gavi, Busi, all the international players. He's back. He's coming into work like nothing has ever happened. Now, Luis Rojo from Marca came out saying that Barcelona will have a meeting with Frenkie de Jong in the coming days and will propose a salary cut for Frenkie de Jong. If he does not accept it, he will be asked to leave the club. Frenkie de Jong will be paid around 21 million euros fixed next season and around 28 million euros fixed in the 2023-2024 season. So of course next season after that. In addition, the variable of his contract, which could be increased by games played in titles won. Barcelona, they cannot afford Frenkie de Jong's contract. So again, this isn't new news, but the most important thing is how much he's earning. 21 million euros fixed, and that will increase by 7 million euros next season. These are the contracts that Bartomeu were giving us, and the club still cannot afford this, with of course the plans they have with players coming in. It's not that the Frenkie de Jong does not deserve it or Barcelona does not want to pay it, but they simply cannot afford it, and that's why they'll be forced to sell him if he doesn't end up taking a salary cut this summer. Now, Sport 1, of course, were a Germany outlet. They came out saying that at the moment, Frenkie de Jong's transfer to Manchester United is unlikely. Frenkie de Jong definitely does not want to leave Barcelona for United. He is also very disappointed by the way the club treated him. I can see Frankie's point on that, but then again, you are also being a bit stubborn in the situation. We have a problem right now, right? You're earning a buckload of money that you shouldn't be on. You should earn a lot of money, yes, but not 400,000 euros per week. I think 200,000, 250 is a very, very fair valuation for Frenkie. And also, as you all probably know, Laporta has set a salary cap of Barcelona. No player at the club will earn more than 10 million euros per year. And of course, Frenkie right now is sat on 21. 11 million over the salary cap. Everyone's going to be in that salary cap. Busquets, Piqué, Jorge, Alba, Frenkie de Jong, Lewandowski, Raphinha, whoever it is, that's the salary cap. You got to come down to that. If you don't want to, adios amigo. Will we pay the rest of your salary? I mean, we can come to an agreement to that, because again, we still can't afford that. We could say, hey, just split it. Here's half bought off to Manchester United. So we'll wait and see with Frenkie. Again, like I've said, Frenkie de Jong or Bernardo, one of them have to be in my midfield next season. Do I care who it is? Not particularly. I'll be happy with Frenkie. I'll be happy with Bernardo. Of course, Bernardo fits the system more. Frenkie de Jong is more adaptable to other positions, but doesn't play any position perfectly, I would say, in my opinion. So we'll wait and see. But again, with him returning to training today, it is more and more likely that Frenkie de Jong could be staying at Barcelona this summer. But again, that meeting in the coming days will be absolutely key. Now, aside from Frenkie de Jong, there are other first team Barcelona players who the club and Xavi are desperate, and I mean desperate, to get rid of this summer. And we all know that list: Riqui Puig, Umtiti, Mingueza, Neto, and we do have an update on some of their futures. Firstly, there are reports coming in saying that Riqui Puig and Samuel Umtiti will return to training with Barcelona today. Mingueza will also attend, but he is confident of leaving the club. So again, watch out for the training produced today and the club's official announcement about training as well. Look at that list, see who's on it, see who's not there. That'll be a big indication on the player's future. Now let's discuss some of the players specifically. Firstly, Riqui Puig. Reports coming in from Portugal saying that Porto are not interested in signing Riqui Puig, in contrary reports of himself being offered on loan to Portugal. The Portuguese club acknowledged Riqui Puig's quality, but they don't consider him the right profile which they need. So again, Riqui Puig is trying to look for a Champions League club where he can go play regular first team minutes. His dream is Benfica, they're not interested. He tried Porto now, they're not interested. He may go to offer himself to other Champions League clubs as well. In the end, I think what's perfect for Riqui Puig for one season loan, of course, renew your contract first, go out to a mid-table La Liga side, Celta Vigo, Valencia, Osasuna, somewhere like that, where you will play week in, week out. That way, those clubs like Benfica, Porto, maybe even Xavi and Barcelona will be more interested. Again, you've sat on the bench the entire season. No one's gonna look at you'll say, yeah, you're a good player, but you haven't played. Look at Umtiti, for example, as well. He's been, one of the best top 5 defenders in 2018, best defender of the World Cup. Now, no one wants him in the top 5 or even top 6 league. So it's difficult for Riqui Puig, but in the end, he will find a club and will most likely, I would say, guaranteed leave the club this summer alongside Neto. Now, there's big reports coming out about Neto coming in from the Celta Vigo press, and there came out saying there is an agreement between Neto and Celta Vigo, and it's almost practically closed. Now, the only thing remaining is Barcelona freeing him up with the letter of freedom and allowing the keeper to leave for free. This for me is huge because, again, the club don't care about Neto. They don't care where he goes. They don't care about the transfer fee. All they care about is his wages, 120,000 euros per week, sitting on the bench as a backup goalkeeper, does not even play the cup games. Again, if Barcelona can give him the letter of freedom, they will do so, and it looks like now Neto has an agreement with Celta Vigo to join them on a permanent basis. I think his exit could be happening in the next week. Will Neto ask for money from Barcelona? Probably. He's been treated very, very poorly. I don't blame him. If he asks for half his salary, the club give it to him. I won't blame him. I think the full salary, though, is a bit of a stretch. But keep in mind, Neto, he's in the last year of his contract, so he could stay at Barcelona one more year, earn all his money, and then leave for free and go to Celta Vigo. But if you want to make it faster, most likely we'll have to pay some of the money, but maybe hopefully not all of it. But again, Neto's departure, I believe, in my opinion, is imminent, and he's about to reach an agreement with Celta Vigo to join them as a free agent, and now Barcelona have to give him the letter of freedom. Now, one player in Barcelona who will not be going on the tour, of course, for the United States, we're going to go play in Dallas, New York, Las Vegas, I believe Miami as well, is Miralem Pjanic. Javi Miguel from AES, of course, very close to Xavi. He came out saying that Xavi is planning on leaving Pjanic out of the US tour to force his exit. Now, of course, in yesterday's video, I told you guys that Omar Deportivo came out, said that Pjanic may go. Xavi likes him, wants to see what he's all about. But now Javi Miguel is saying no. Xavi wants to force his departure, get rid of his 300,000 euros per week on the wage bill, and not include him in that tour. Watch out for that tour. Again, that list for today's training and also the tour list, I think, will come out on Wednesday or Thursday, will be freaking massive. Because again, if Pjanic is on that tour list, his departure will be delayed. He will leave in the end, but delayed, mid of August, end of August, when teams start to get desperate and want a quality midfielder, they go for a player like Miralem Pjanic. So we'll wait and see on them. Again, the reports coming out saying that Riqui Puig, Umtiti, Mingueza, Neto, and Miralem Pjanic will not be on that plane to the USA to force their exits, but of course, we'll have to wait and see for that squad list. Now, players future at the moment that is currently in doubt, but is more and more likely looking at an exit, is Memphis Depay. Now, we'll talk about Raphinha and Dembele at the end of the video, but I want to talk about Depay's future. Firstly, Cat Radio have come out saying the possible signs of Raphinha and Dembele would result in the likely departure of Memphis Depay. Again, we all knew this. We need to have a quality team in the attack, defense, and midfield. Midfield at the moment is looking pretty good with Frenkie de Jong staying, Kese coming in, Xavi getting promoted, Nico, Pedri, Busi looking good. Attack at the moment, we need a winger. It could be two that will force Depay out. Defense at the moment is looking pretty bad. We need to bring in a center back, right back, and left back. And in the end, Memphis Depay is getting closer and closer to the exit door with the imminent signing of both Raphinha and the renewal of Ousmane Dembele. Now, Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Memphis Depay does not want to leave Barcelona and intends to stay at the club until the end of his contract. Of course, he came as a free agent and could end up leaving the club as a free agent. The club no doubt want to sell him this summer if he cannot be used in the squad. I will say this. Memphis is a very ambitious player. You can see how he trains, how you see how he acts in public. He's a very professional guy and wants to be playing week in, week out. He left Manchester United, he'll leave Lyon, he'll definitely leave Barcelona if needs be. If he ends up forcing his, him staying, I don't mind it personally because, he won't get any minutes. He probably force himself out in January, but his wages are based a lot on variables. So goals, assists, game appearances, game performances, all that sort of stuff. I think his base salary is around 90,000 per week. That could rise to 150 based on minutes and games, all that sort of stuff. I think I could be wrong. Maybe the numbers are a bit different, but I know for a fact that at least 30% of his weekly wages is depending on variables. So him staying would not be a big blow for Barcelona, like Frenkie de Jong, for example, sat on 400k a week. That will be a major issue, but for Memphis, won't be that big of a deal. And in the end, he may want to screw over Barcelona, come for free, leave for free, which that makes sense. But I think the club will force him out. Of course, Barcelona are too massive. They if they want something done, they do it. We saw the Artur Pian swap deal. Messi left, Griezmann left. These stuff happens. It's a reality. Barcelona, if they want to do something, they end up doing it. So wait and see on Memphis. Again, the club will now force him out until both, of course, Raphinha and Dembele are holding up the Barcelona shirt. But it's looking more and more likely that Memphis Depay's future at the moment is far away from Barcelona. But one player who's very likely to leave the club next summer as a free agent is Sergio Busquets. Fabrizio Romano came out saying that MLS clubs have approached to Busquets. He's a key player of Xavi's project for this season, but the player could leave next summer once his contract expires. Apparently, Busquets wants to go to Inter Miami and play there, of course, under David Beckham and with Luis Suarez and Leo Messi. I can't believe it, man. It's like with Busquets and Messi, they're both irreplaceable. If you're a Barcelona fan, you watch this team week in, week out, you know the system, you know the philosophy, you know that both Busquets and Messi are irreplaceable. Messi's already left, and now the final, cornerstone of that great era Barcelona is leaving. Of course, the captain as well. It's gonna suck, it's gonna be emotional, but all I ask for now is Busquets to get a proper send-off. I want to get the send-off that Xavi and Iniesta got. I want to get something like that, leave with a couple trophies, even at least one, and then of course the Camp Nou will give him the great farewell that he deserves. But it looks like at the moment all roads are leading to the fact that this season will be Busquets' final season at Barcelona. Now the final topic that I want to discuss before I end off this video is giving you guys an update on the two imminent signings of Barcelona, Raphinha, and of course the renewal new signing of Ousmane Dembele. Both at the moment are on track to be a Blaugrana player in the next few days. Firstly, Raphinha. Joaquin Pereira, best reporter around Brazilian news to Barcelona, who writes for Sport, he came out saying that Raphinha believes that in the next few hours he could be announced as a Barcelona player. Only some fringes remain in the agreement between Leeds and Barcelona. The Brazilian could arrive in the city of Barcelona today. Oh my freaking god. Gerard Romero has come out saying that I know Barcelona and Leeds have everything closed since last week for 50 million euros plus 10 million euros in variables. It will be paid in 3 installments, that 50. Barcelona awaits the activation of the second lever to formalize the agreement. Raphinha only wants Barcelona and he's still waiting. Again, the best sources in Barcelona to get around a Brazilian player is Joaquin Pereira and Gerard Romero, because Gerard Romero is the number one for everything. Joaquin Pereira is the best around Brazilian news. They're both so deep in this operation that Raphinha 100% is coming to Barcelona. We really haven't heard any sources outside of that from Barcelona, especially from the UK as well. But the UK one has arrived. Mike Keegan, who writes for the Daily Mail, he's a fairly reliable source. He's come out saying that Raphinha is on his way to Barcelona for 50 million euros plus 10 in variables. It is a done deal. So he's confirming that Gerardo Romero and Joaquin Pereira reports as well. He is saying it's done. Again, Fabrizio Romano is still sitting his arse so far up the fence. It is unbelievable. He's not taking any risks. Do I blame him? Absolutely not. But again, all reliable sources at the moment are saying that Raphinha to Barcelona is a done deal and it could be announced in the next few days alongside the contract renewal of Ousmane Dembele. Luis Rafa Marca came out saying that Ousmane Dembele is about to renew his contract and everything indicates that Raphinha's signing will be completed in the next few days. Again, Luis Rafa, man, he's been on a roll. He's been on top of everything. Frenkie de Jong, Ousmane Dembele, Raphinha, and again, he was the first one to say that Ousmane Dembele will renew his contract in the next few days, and then the floodgates started coming in. Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Ousmane Dembele's contract signing is expected to be official at some point this week. He will join preseason after signing his contract, 2-year extension with a 40% salary reduction, plus performance variables that could reach that, I think, 10 million euro mark for the entire year as net. Barcelona will not pay Ousmane Dembele or his agent, Mucho Sissoko, any kind of renewal premium. Na 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 na. Sissoko's in the mud, Sissoko's in the mud. The agent had asked Barcelona and other interested clubs for a big premium, but it's not going to happen. He is the only loser from the Dembele saga. Credit to Mundo Deportivo for putting loser in there, but Sissoko well and truly in the mud. Mateo Morito from Relevo has come out saying that Xavi has asked for the Barcelona board to approve Ousmane Dembele's continuation as the club to approve Ousmane Dembele's continuation as the coach considers him a fundamental player. Ousmane Dembele will stay at Barcelona. It is expected to officially be announced this week. Now, also last night, Ousmane Dembele came back to Barcelona. I don't have good internet on my vacation at the moment, so I couldn't really download the video, guys, and show it to you, but he came back to Barcelona. Jorge, of course, his whole entire team was at the airport, and also he brought millions and millions of bags. Finito. We're gonna actually have Dembele and Raphinha. Give me my cigar, boys. Bloody hell, our attack is gonna be disgusting. Just sign Lewandowski 9. My attack will be magnifico, absolutely magnifico. Again, Dembele, 40% salary reduction, and Raphinha as well coming in on good wages, a bit over the price for him, but in the end, we had to do it to match Chelsea's offer. Barcelona's attack next season is going to be absolutely balling. Now, Fernando Laporta from Mundo Deportivo came out saying that Dembele's continuation and Raphinha's possible arrival could affect the future of Abdi, who was originally expected to have a place in the first team, would also not have a place in the squad either. Now, Depay, we already talked about him. Let's now focus on Abdi and Collado. They were never going to have a place in the first place, to be honest. I think if Abdi, I'm thinking, should I keep Abdi in Barcelona or not? I think the reality is loan him out. I think Collado, we could be looking at a sale right now, because I don't think Barcelona should be loaning out too many players. Ricky Puig will probably go on loan. Maybe even get definitely Titi Long. That's already gone. We could maybe add one of Collado or Abdi to that list. I think in the end, the club will sell one and loan one. Most likely loan Abdi, sell Collado. But if one of them really perform well in preseason, that could convince Xavi to keep him maybe as a 5th choice winger, worst case scenario, or maybe improve his price and improve his loan, attraction to get a bigger club. So we'll wait and see on these two wingers, but again, it was very unlikely that they were going to break into the squad anyways. Abdi was only going to get promoted because there was no wingers in the squad for the preseason, with Ousmane Dembele not renewed and Raphinha not coming in, but they are expected to come in the next couple of days. I think Dembele 100% will be on that plane to the US. I think Raphinha, a bit of a question mark. I think that deal will get done, but will it get done in the next couple of days? I'm not quite too sure, but I think Dembele 100% will renew. He's supposed to be in training today as well, Dembele, so I think Dembele is all but done. Our attack is going to be absolutely nasty. People were saying, oh, Barcelona can only get one of Raphinha or Dembele and we'll get the other one. They can't get both. They can't afford both. Tranquilo. We're nasty, boys. We are absolutely nasty. Again, with Lewandowski coming in, the attack will be absolutely fire. But expect the signing of Raphinha and the renewal of Dembele imminent, absolutely imminent in the next few days. So that was my reaction to the Barcelona news over the past 24 hours. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like, and of course leave your thoughts down below in the comments on everything we discussed. The main thing I want to first is of course about the signing of Bernardo Silva, or the possible signing of Bernardo Silva. How much would you spend for him, and would you go for him even if Frenkie de Jong stayed, maybe some other movements in the midfield maybe? Secondly, on Azpilicueta's asking price, you think it's reasonable or a bit too expensive? Thirdly, on Frenkie de Jong, get your predictions down in the comments below. Is he staying and reducing his salary, or leaving the club and going to Manchester United? And finally, your thoughts and your excitement feeling on the imminent signing of both Ousmane Dembele and Raphinha. And of course, make sure you guys subscribe down below if you haven't already. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. Take care and Forza Barca.